Yo, what's good, Marvin Garden enthusiasts? So today, the Rams, they got robbed, bro. They got robbed by the Dolphins. The Dolphins got Jalen Ramsey for like a 5th-round pick or some shit and like some no-name tight end. I'm not going to say no-name because bro is in the NFL. I'm not going to be disrespectful, but yeah, man. Basically, they got robbed. And we're here to check this out. Bro, there were a lot of Cowboys fans that were telling me, bro, we're going to get Jalen Ramsey, this and that. But, you know, like I said, I don't think we're going to do anything in the free agency. I just don't. We're going to be stuck in this same loop of doing nothing in the free agency, getting the fans' hopes up in the regular season, then blowing it in the playoffs. It's a consistent cycle that probably will never end. But anyway, let's check it out.
Blockbuster trade for the Rams, with the Rams shedding defensive salary, sending superstar cornerback Jalen Ramsey. Miami Dolphins, it's where he wanted to go. Miami was always the spot.
We have been preparing and anticipating one major trade on this YouTube channel in particular, and that's Aaron Rodgers potentially being traded from the Green Bay Packers to the New York Jets. The end of that saga should happen within the next week, according to Mark Murphy, the CEO of the Green Bay Packers organization, and we made a whole video on that. He said it point blank. If you missed it, it's a must watch. But you can imagine our surprise when we woke up this morning and found out it was another multi-year all-pro player being traded to another team that is without a doubt a huge Super Bowl contender as a result of this. So before we get to the content, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications to help the channel grow. Now that we get all that out of the way, work this game over the 3 Pro 1 last guys with
Closest fan. Shout out to them. They feel great.
on Instagram.
With the newest Dolphin, Jalen Ramsey. How you feeling?
I feel great, man. This is something that I was praying about for a long time. Then David made it happen. I'm excited, man. I'm super excited to be close to the
Dolphins, what do y'all say? The Dolphins defense is going to be fierce, man. And then they already have Xavier Howard as a cornerback in the secondary. Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey, bro. Fuck.
Dolphins, baby. Fam back in Florida. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be
What
unstoppable.
Dolphins fans getting from you?
Man, I'm gonna get a leader, one of the biggest competitors ever. Gonna make my teammates better. All the guys that I got around me, obviously, you know, you got X-Man, and you got Fine, and you got the D-line that you know going crazy with Christian holding that down in the offense. You already know what they talking about. Tyreek, Taylor, Tua, man. Come on, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. We're gonna get to work, though, for sure.
Already talking about training camp. Tyreek been tweeting about it. What them one-on-ones gonna look like.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm glad it happened.
That's gonna be lit, bro.
And I ain't gotta guard him in the game no more because he a problem, but he gonna make me better, and I'm gonna make him better. So it's gonna be cool.
You say you can't hit him like you did in the Pro Bowl.
Nah, I ain't never gonna do that again.
Bro.
That's why I had to. You feel me? Maybe.
The Cowboys could have got Jalen Ramsey and could have had CeeDee Lamb go against Jalen Ramsey in practice every day. And, bro, do you know how good CeeDee Lamb would get? I know he goes against Diggs and stuff, but, bro, Diggs and Ramsey are two way different corners. It's hard being a Cowboy fan, bro. It really
Maybe
is.
I was
It really is.
foreseeing something, and I had to take that opportunity then and there, you know.
Absolutely. Last one for me. I know that you
It
have been on the
truly is.
championship team. You see the roster they
It's
have.
awful.
They made the move for Tyreek and Bradley, and now where are you guys in comparison to competing for that championship?
Man, that's always the goal is to try to get back to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. So I'm just another piece of the puzzle. I ain't gonna say that I'm gonna bring all that there, but I'm gonna bring that piece of the puzzle there. I got some experience in it, and I'm gonna hopefully help those guys visualize it, and then we gonna go get it. But we gotta put the work in, though.
Congrats, brother.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy.
Mike check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? It's time that we really appreciate Les Snead and the Los Angeles Rams as a football team, because I don't think we've ever seen a football team constructed in the way the Rams are constructed, and they've been doing this for quite some time. If you go all the way back to the 2012 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams held the 2nd overall pick, and they decided to sell away that 2nd overall pick to the then Washington Redskins, who received the number 6 overall pick in that draft and their number 39 pick in the 2nd round, in addition to the Redskins 2013 and 2014 first round picks. If you're a Panthers fan, you might feel slightly better about the trade that you guys recently made, which we also covered recently on Friday when they traded up to the number 1
Oh yeah,
overall
DJ
pick,
Moore's going to the Bears. That's a W,
decided-
bro, because bro, Justin Fields needs a lot more targets. Now all the Bears need to do is build their defense up a little bit and build that O-line. That O-line needs a lot of work because it's just awful. And they'll be right back in the playoffs. I promise you.
To be aggressive as well. In 2016, the Los Angeles Rams decided to trade up to the #1 overall pick after Sam Bradford wasn't able to stay consistently healthy as the Rams quarterback, and after a failed stint with Nick Foles. Yes, he was the Rams quarterback for a period of time. That's how old Nick Foles is. The Los Angeles Rams decided to trade up to the #1 spot in the 2016 NFL draft, giving up their first-round pick in 2016, 2 second-round picks in 2016, a third-round pick in 2016, a first-round pick in 2017, and a third-round pick in 2017 to select Jared Goff.
Son of
Jared
a
Goff
bitch.
was fairly pedestrian in his first year, and then the Rams decided to fire Jeff
Bro,
Fisher
the Rams
and
have
bring
nothing. Bro, they could have traded Jalen Ramsey for a lot more value, bro. They could have got like some first-round picks. Like, y'all really traded him for a 5th-round pick and I don't even know, bro. A tight end?
Sean McVay. And that's when everything changed. All of a sudden, the Los Angeles Rams would become significantly
At least they got their Super Bowl, but shit.
aggressive in their talent acquisition. They wouldn't make trades for just any player. It would either be a player that at some point was perceived to be a very high draft pick that hasn't lived up to his expectations.
That's what the
or a
Cowboys
player
need to
that was
do, bro.
already
Like,
a
just go
very
all in.
established that they would pay a handsome amount for. For example, the Rams in the summer of 2018.
But, of course, we
would
got
go
to
ahead
build
and
through the
trade for
draft
Brandon Cooks
because
from the New
that
England
works.
Patriots. They would acquire Brandon Cooks and a 4th-round pick in a trade with the New England Patriots, and they would send a 1st-round pick, which was the number 23 pick in the 2018 NFL draft, and a 6th-round pick to the Patriots. By the way, do you know who
We
was
didn't
the
even
number
get Robert
24
Woods, bro.
pick
He's
in
going to
that
the
NFL
Texans,
draft?
man.
The very next pick, which
The
they
Texans,
traded,
bro.
ended up
Robert Woods is gonna go die at the Texans, man. That's basically where everyone goes where their career dies, man.
being DJ
That's where
Moore,
everyone
to
co-
give you an idea.
that's
Not
where
that I'm
everyone's
criticizing
career
them,
dies.
it's just this is a very unique way to construct a roster. A few months
That would
later,
suck
they
to be
decided
traded
trade
to, like, a
3rd-round pick in
rebuilding team.
2019 and a 5th-round pick in 2020 for Dante Fowler. This move would result in them making a trip to the Super Bowl to face off against the New England Patriots, but obviously it wasn't enough to win that Super Bowl. Well, in the fall of 2019,
How did
they
y'all lose
decided
that Super Bowl,
hey,
bro?
You know what? We have this Aaron Donald guy, and he is considered widely to be the greatest defensive player in the NFL. Why not go and trade for the 2nd-best defensive player in the NFL as well? And that's what they did. The Los Angeles Rams traded 2 first-round picks in 2020 and 2021
Got him
and
from
a
the
4th-round pick
Jaguars.
in 2021 for Jalen Ramsey. A move that was a shocker, and a lot of people criticized the Jaguars for this move, but to be honest, they got some pretty good compensation out of it, although the compensation didn't really amount to anything, at least not yet. I mean, unless if you think Travis Etienne is a bona fide star, one of those picks became Travis Etienne, so I suppose it's solid. The crown jewel of this era was when the Los Angeles Rams decided to trade Jared
Stafford.
Goff, a 3rd-round pick, and 2 first-round picks for Matthew Stafford. A very bold move, and in the middle of that season, the Los Angeles Rams officially put the cherry on top of going all in when they traded for Von Miller, and these moves resulted in a Super Bowl. And unfortunately, when you go all in and you don't have any assets anymore, and you're not able to retain some of the talent that you did acquire, then at some point it all comes crashing down. And it seems like that's what's happening to the Los Angeles Rams right now. This era in Los Angeles Rams history and in the NFL would live in infamy. Fuck 'em picks is what they would say whenever it would come to Les Snead. And ultimately it resulted in the ultimate prize, winning a Super Bowl. Yeah, they did give up multiple 1st-round picks to do it. Yeah, they traded for a quarterback that was injury prone and almost in his mid-30s to do it. Yeah, they extended the same quarterback as well, but they got the ultimate reward for it, the Lombardi Trophy. And now it seems like everything's crashing back down to earth. This past season, they saw Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp get injured. Aaron Donald was shut down due to injury as well. Jalen Ramsey clearly wasn't as motivated out there because he knew there wasn't anything to play for. Hell, the most electric moment for the Los Angeles Rams this season came when they signed Baker Mayfield in the middle of the season, and in 2 to 3 days were able to get Baker.
What's gonna
Mayfield's
happen with
first
Baker,
victory.
bro?
And that's not to say it's a horrible thing. It was expected. It was bound to happen at some point or another. But as a result, it seems like there are going to be some changes that are coming to the Los Angeles Rams. And hell, if you
Baker's
ask Les
like one of the
Snead,
weirdest
he'll tell
quarterbacks
you
I've
it,
ever
and
seen.
So far, we've already seen it. A few weeks ago, we saw the Los Angeles Rams completely cut by Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner was a fantastic player this season, by the way. He was Pro Football Focus's highest grade linebacker. He was voted an All-Pro again for the 9th straight year, but they mutually
I didn't even know he
agreed to
did
part
that good.
ways. Why? Because Bobby Wagner wanted to go to a situation where he could potentially win, and the Rams also don't have the cap space to retain him. That's not all they did. They also released Leonard Floyd after looking for a trade partner for Leonard Floyd, and then all of a sudden there were rumors that they were taking calls on Matthew Stafford, they were taking calls on Cooper Kupp, they were taking calls on Aaron Donald. But rest assured, there was even this
Y'all
one
looking to trade
report saying
Cooper
that the
Kupp?
Rams have taken calls about 9 players this offseason, according to general manager Les Snead. And he wouldn't say which ones,
Yeah, the Rams
but
are
did
fucked.
say that Matthew Stafford, Cooper
Good
Kupp,
they won
and
their
Aaron
one
Donald
Super
are
Bowl,
guys
but
that will stay to build around. But he didn't mention one fairly important name, and that's Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey has been in trade rumors all offseason long. Yeah, he did miss a little bit of a step, but one has to wonder, is that due to lack of motivation? Is that due to a situation where he just can't win in currently? Or could it be that Father Time is catching up with him? He was drafted in the 2016 NFL draft.
man, he's still good.
Draft as Ezekiel Elliott, the same draft as Carson Wentz, the same draft as Jared Goff. Carson Wentz's career is definitely trending downward. Ezekiel Elliott might get cut by the Dallas Cowboys, so it's only natural.
Honestly,
Father
man,
Time's catching up with.
I love Zeke and all that, but I don't know, bro. Especially because running backs are a dime a dozen nowadays. I feel like we should probably part ways, man. I don't think we should re-sign Zeke. I think we should probably keep Pollard and then draft another running back. But the Cowboys are retarded, and they don't realize that this is one of the most stacked running back classes in history. You know, you got the Bijan Robinson, you got that Oklahoma Sooners running back. Like, there's so many different options, and they just want to re-sign Zeke, who is way past his prime at this point. Zeke just he's lost his step, man. I'm not saying he's bad or anything, but just
Jalen Ramsey,
know,
it
bro.
could be a case of not being
many
as motivated as
different
much
young
to
running
compete.
backs that we
Well,
could
it
draft.
seems like there's a brand new team that is going to have the ability to figure that out, because the Los Angeles Rams are officially out of the Jalen Ramsey business. First reported by Ian Rappaport, the Los Angeles Rams are finalizing a trade to send superstar cornerback Jalen Ramsey to the Miami Dolphins. At the time he reported, it wasn't done yet, but it was headed in that direction. Well, it's official, ladies and gentlemen, because the Los Angeles Rams have officially traded cornerback Jalen Ramsey to the Miami Dolphins, and this gets him a much more lucrative contract. The 2023 and 2024 year of his contract is now fully guaranteed, something that the Los Angeles Rams just didn't have the facilities to do. They don't have the cap space to pull this off, so they didn't just
I ain't gonna
trade
lie, I
Jalen
miss
Ramsey.
NFL,
I
bro.
want to be abundantly clear. They donated Jalen Ramsey, because when you see the return that they got for Jalen Ramsey, as a Rams fan, you're going to be sick. But don't worry, I'm here to explain to you why they decided to do this. Jalen Ramsey is to get an adjusted contract. He has 2 years fully guaranteed left to complete a deal that averages $20 million per year. He also gets an additional $25 million guaranteed as part of the trade, and he gets his preferred destination, the Miami Dolphins. So he wanted to go to the Miami Dolphins, probably because him and Tyreek Hill are going to have some pretty insane and electrifying practices. But Adam Schefter gives us the full breakdown as to what the final deal is. A trade is now agreed upon. The Dolphins get Jalen Ramsey, and the Rams get a 3rd round pick and Hunter Long.
round pick.
Here's the thing, like, if you're the Rams in this particular situation, dude, you guys don't have a 1st round pick in the 2023 NFL draft. As a matter of fact, you guys have a 2nd round pick, and now it looks like you have 2 3rd round picks, you have 3 5th round picks, and you have 3 6th round picks, and you have 3 7th round picks. It would have been nice to try to get an additional 2nd round pick, because it seems like the Rams are headed towards a retooling or a rebuilding of their roster, but they don't have weapons to add talent onto their roster. So you might be wondering, why the hell did the Los Angeles Rams do this trade? We're going to get to that. First, we got to praise the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are essentially doing now what the Los Angeles Chargers did last year around Justin Herbert. You might be wondering, why am I using the Chargers and Justin Herbert as an example, as opposed to, I don't know, the Philadelphia Eagles, who had the most
Chargers
success
need to build
doing
that
this
offensive
exact
line.
same method. Well, the Miami Dolphins,
And then they're
Philadelphia
good.
Eagles,
And get
Los Angeles
Herbert some
Chargers were
receivers.
all in the same situation last last year. They all had quarterbacks on rookie scale contracts. They all wanted to go all in on building very deep teams around these quarterbacks with rookie scale contracts, and the most successful one was clearly the Philadelphia Eagles. It may have been the Miami Dolphins if Tua was able to stay healthy last year. The reason I'm comparing this to Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers is last year, the Chicago Bears traded an all-pro edge rusher in Khalil Mack to the Los Angeles Chargers and didn't really get much compensation in return. The Bears received a 2022 second-round pick and a 2023 sixth-round pick in return for Khalil Mack, who was a fantastic player even though his numbers didn't necessarily show it. So why did they do that? Well, who has the most cap space in the NFL offseason this year? So far, it's the Chicago Bears. They had a horrible year last year. I mean, they have the number one pick. Well, they had the number one pick in the NFL draft for a reason. But the reason why they essentially donated Khalil Mack and got a much lesser return for him was just simply so they could clear cap space for this upcoming year.
Yeah.
And it worked. They have the most cap space out of every NFL team currently this year. And that's what the Los Angeles Rams are trying to do here. They're just trying to shed as much salary as humanly possible for next offseason. This year is going to be a down year for them. Did they get a lesser return on Jalen Ramsey? Yeah, possibly. Would it have been better to trade
probably
Jalen
gonna
Ramsey
suck
last
this
year? Most
season,
definitely. But last year they were also running high off of their Super Bowl victory. There was this chance of Aaron Donald and Sean McVay retiring. Sean McVay had to yell at Aaron Donald saying, "Run it back one more year," at their Super Bowl parade. So it makes a lot of sense how this resulted in being the way that the Los Angeles Rams went about things. You're not going to tell Aaron Donald to come back for one more year and say, "Oh yeah, by the way, we also traded Jalen Ramsey." Future of the Rams is very simple at this point. They're going to have a bottom year. Les Snead's going to try to retool the roster. You're entering a brand new era of Los Angeles Rams football. Sean McVay claims to be locked in for this upcoming season and for future NFL seasons. But what about the Miami Dolphins?
Yeah, bro.
Well,
Sean
the
McVay
Miami
is way too
Dolphins,
young to be retiring, dude.
this
I ain't
is
gonna
gonna be
lie.
exciting. You have Xavier Howard at
Sean
the
McVay has
quarterback
another
position.
good 20 years, bro. Maybe even longer.
On the other side, you have Jalen Ramsey.
Like, bro, you have no business retiring. I see Aaron Donald because he's been playing since like 2014. But yeah, McVay, bro.
Have Bradley Chubb rushing the
You're way too
quarterback,
young
and
to
then,
be
also, and then
retiring
you
now.
also have Javon Holland, Christian Wilkins, and Jalen Phillips, all being coached by Vic Fangio, with a fantastic offensive attack, assuming that Tua could stay healthy. This team is terrifying, and I'm sure you're going to get some elevated play from Jalen Ramsey as a result of this. So for the Miami Dolphins, this is without a doubt an A++. For the Los Angeles Rams, it's really difficult to grade a move like this. You're giving up on a very good player. You don't want to be a mediocre team in 2 years from now. You understand the situation you're in. You're understanding that you have to pay back for all the salary cap casualties you took in. You won a Super Bowl. It's time to try to rebuild this roster as efficiently as possible. I'm not going to give them a D, but I will give them a C because it's very hard to give them a high grade on a trade like this. But at least they're very honest about the situation they're in. They understand that they have to go into a rebuild and they have to shed some salary, and this is the way that they're going to do it. Let me know in the comment section down below how you guys feel about this trade. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.
Oh, I can't wait till the draft. My bad. I did not mean to click on that, but
Can't get into all the details.
But yeah, bro, y'all let me know what you think about this. I kind of understand why the Rams did that now because, you know, Jalen Ramsey is definitely an expensive player and they need to just save as much calories. I said calorie, bro. Cap space as possible. But we'll see y'all next time. I'm out.